Hey, what's up guys? We're here today to make a video about cutting mosaic glass tile. I saw many videos on YouTube of different people that were cutting glass tile. Some of the different methods that they used were using a tile cutter, like scoring and snapping. Some people used a Ryobi or likewise tool for cutting the edge of the tile off. A lot of these videos that we see on YouTube, they're just cutting off the edge to do like a corner, the end of the wall, things like that. I didn't see any videos of people actually cutting the tile lengthwise down the edge of the tile. There's only a few reasons really why you would want to do something like this. In our particular case, we had already picked a different accent tile, and when we got our main tiles up, we decided we wanted to go with a different color. And this particular product is a little bit wider, and so we wouldn't have enough room for like grout lines and for things to fit properly. And so we started exploring different avenues for doing that. We did try using cutting wheel. We tried using some different discs for cutting the material, and the results were choppy. They weren't really that good. We wanted it to be as clean as possible with as few flaws as possible. So we decided to go ahead and get ourselves a wet tile saw. Actually the D2400S. This runs about $1,000 on Amazon. So originally we were thinking that we could just rent a unit and that we could save a little bit of money by doing that. When I started looking into it, a lot of the reviews were talking about having blade wobble and different issues with the actual saw making clean cuts due to the fact that this product is a little bit more expensive, and we just don't have a lot of time to mess around with errors and things like that and trying to get it right. We did go ahead and make the investment, and I can tell you that it was worth the money. Over here we have a few different examples of cuts that have already been made. All of these tiles on this row, the bottom row, have already been cut. These tiles over here have already been cut. You can see it's pretty clean. The paint edge came out really nice, so you don't see a lot of the chipping and different things in the background. It cuts the ceramic extremely well, very clean. Almost hard to tell which side is the factory edge and which edge is the cut edge. Originally, when I tried cutting this, we had a lot of mixed results. Here's an example of some of my first cuts with the wet tile saw itself. I did try cutting the tile with the glass edge up and the paint edge down. This is an example of that. It really it cut the glass edge a little bit rougher, and it pretty much blew out the paint edge on the backside. The speed at which you cut, it is super important that you let the saw do the work. If you try and push the material through the saw too quickly, or if you're not patient, you will get results that aren't that great. So I do recommend that you take your time and you get things lined up really well. The tile saw that we did invest in, we also did invest in a different blade. It's a Husqvarna glass blade. Runs about $100 on Amazon as well. I do have one more tile left here to cut. So let's peel this tile off. My saw is already set to the width that I want the tile to be cut. I like to take a piece of tape and put it on the tile. It gives my fingers a little bit more grip on the tile itself. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. And just kind of roll it up a little bit. So you got the sticky side up like this. As you can see, it comes out extremely clean. The other thing about putting the tape on there is it helps stabilize. One of the things that I found is that when you're pushing into the blade too much with the glass, you get chipping on the front side a lot worse. This chipping is extremely minimal, and again, will be filled in with any type of grout. You're not really going to notice any of the imperfections that happen. We'll let this one dry. I'll show you just one more example for this video. I had a piece over here that came out that was cut. It did have a little bit of a chip in the edge of it. I want them to be as clean as possible. So I'm just going to recut that one real quick so you guys can see me cut it widthwise as well. I have a piece that is a remnant piece from another cut that is just laying here, so we'll use that. For this one, I'm just going to get the actual blade guide out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay a piece of tape down on the new piece that I want to keep. And then I'll just basically freehand cut that through the blade itself. Just roll that excess up with the sticky side up so your fingers have something to stick to. Get it lined up with the edge of your blade, right where you want the cut to be. Having the sticky side on the tape kind of helps you pull the glass away from the blade as it's still spinning. Trying to let the blade slow down like you would probably conventionally do with a different tile tend to leave a lot of chunking on the blade, on the glass itself. So I find that having that little bit of stickiness stuck to your fingers helps you kind of pull it away just enough to where it doesn't make any more contact with the blade. And as you can see, that cut came out nice and clean. Little tiny, very small, tiny little fragments of chipping, but because the paint side comes out so clean, cutting it with the paint side up, you can't even tell looking at it. So when I was pulling off the piece of glass to show you guys that cut, I did actually break a piece of the ceramic as well. This material is very easy to break. It can be done very easily. So do make sure that when you're peeling tiles off of the mesh fabric on the back that you're really careful. Here's the broken piece. We're going to go ahead and just show you a cut of the ceramic as well. So I'm just going to take a piece of tape and get my edge lined up kind of with this other one here. Just roll one side over and then roll a sticky side over so you've got something to kind of hold on to as well. And another thing I wanted to add in to let you guys know, originally when I was putting these tiles together and I was setting them into place, you can see that I have the cut edge facing upward. If you take the tile and you install it with the cut edge facing downward, you can see that the cut part of the edge is almost indiscernible to the eye. And I think that that would give a better look ultimately when you're looking down at the cut part. All these cut parts I'm putting on the lower part of the install. If you're putting it on the upper part of the install, you might want to do it the other way. You'll have to just see what works best for you. Also, this application is good for any type of accent that's running upward up the wall. When you get to the top of your ceiling, if for some reason it doesn't fit perfectly and you have to make some cuts, you might want to give this method a try. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Thanks a lot.